So comedy's always given black people a voice and an outlet for the pressure, right? Black History Month, right? Which I like Black History Month because to me it's white guilt month.
Yes, and I knew it was bootleg right away when we made the appointment because I'm picking him up for all the sessions.
She gave me a
That guy
Zyrtec.
lit up
him
when
a
you said that.
Zyrtec.
He was like, really?
And
Really?
now I'm a drug dealer. You see how they do you?
People, if you could choose to have one leg or be black, which one would you choose? Like if we can all laugh at it together, for whether you agree with it or not, I think it brings people together. If we can all laugh at something, that's when the conversation starts at.
If you can make it funny, then do it. Changed my life raising a white child. You know, I've got questions now. Is 75% SPF enough? Is it enough?
Like, I don't think I should drive. Like, I don't think so either. But I know you can't stay here. And then I got out here, and everybody was funny. And they're like, all right, but who are you? So you got to tell your story and be yourself. Because a lot of people are funny, but only you are you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Of the Comics. Please put your hands together for your host and producer, Miss Angel Gaines.
Thank you so much, and welcome to Of the Comics. I'm your host, Angel Gaines. I'm so excited to be here. We have an amazing array of comedians, and we're going to be talking about our African-American experience. Yes, being black is so amazing. The first thing I know about being black for me is church. Yeah, church people in the house make some noise. Yeah, because it's like, black people here. It's mandatory for us, Those of you who are not black and you get to choose your religion, good for you. But then I also wanted to switch churches anyway because my church kept healing people. And I don't know if y'all know about black church. Black church will heal you and announce it. Exactly. And so my thing is, I'm also an educator, and I know that matter is neither created nor destroyed, but transferred from one energy to the next. So if you coming up here getting healed, and where's that disease going? You understand what I'm saying? So I stopped going to church because I don't want to be there when God reassigning these diabetes. I don't want to be in the house at all. Yes. And that's how I knew I was a hypochondriac. I was like only a hypochondriac, somebody who always think they're getting something, got it, or almost got it. That's why I buy all that medicine, vitamin D, echinacea, black seed oil. Because the thing is, I don't take it. I just feel healthier knowing it's in the house. You know what I'm saying? I just pass by and I'll be like, that stuff really worked right there. And then look, and I got the audacity to read the expiration and throw it away. The audacity with the seal around it. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to eat cleaner, and then I also said I'm gonna get me a personal trainer. And I found a trainer on Craigslist. Y'all gonna judge me. It was 10 sessions for $25. Okay, I should have known. You right, yes. And I knew it was bootleg right away when we made the appointment because I'm picking him up for all the sessions. And his name's Seed. Talking about because he make things grow. Sir, isn't that the opposite of what I'm trying to do? And then he don't know no names to no exercises. He demonstrating, talking about, let me get 5 of them. Let me get 2 of these. Let me get 4 of those. We're gonna cool down with that. I said, see, you mean to tell me I'm exercising to lose weight with them, these, those, and that? Then he gonna get all philosophical, talking about, okay, Angel, what you need to do is you need to eat you gotta drink some alkaline water and eat some quinoa. And what you gonna do? You gonna move your water. How you gonna move your water? You gonna get a pedometer. You got a pedometer, right? He started screaming, you got a pedometer, right? Y'all, it took me 5 minutes to realize the man trying to say pedometer. And then I got a good look at him, and I said, is your real name Rashid? He was like, yeah. I said, Lord, I was your 3rd grade teacher. Now, I know. Y'all ready to have a good time? Make some noise. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. Please welcome Calvin Evans.
Hey, how we feeling? We good? Yeah. I'm tired of being black, though. Oh, I'm tired of being black. Not for the messed up reasons y'all might be thinking. I'm tired of being black because because we age too well. Yeah, and as a result of that, we ignore a lot of health issues. We'll wake up, chest pains, foot swollen. We just looking at ourselves in the mirror like, I'm good. And we just go about our life. Black don't crack. Oh, but it hurt. Oh, it hurt. White people see black people like, man, they walk so cool. Like, no, those just injuries. We ain't get taken care of. Man, my ACL is trash, man. I gotta get my leg fixed, man. It's terrible. I hate that people make you feel bad for not feeling good. That upset me. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. You ever had somebody send you one of those videos? It'd be like somebody missing an arm or a leg and they doing something amazing. They got inspiring music playing in the background. And then at the end of the video, they're like, you have no excuse. I'm like, hey, calm down. I got questions. Did they lose their leg or were they born without a leg? Because it's a difference, right? You lost your leg. You went to war. You had a horrific accident. You got back to doing what you was doing before. That's perseverance. That's determination. That's inspiring. But if you was born without a leg, you was just born without a leg. Like, you should be doing whatever it is you're doing. You've been practicing your whole life. Furthermore, you get a check for having one leg. That's a disability. I feel like being black in America is a disability. I don't get no check for this. You're doing better than I am. White people, if you could choose to have one leg or be black, which one would you choose? Shut up. Everybody shut up. I'm listening. Let me hear. They all looking to the sky like, In their head, they're like, take the leg. The black people like, take the leg. You're going to lose it anyway. You're going to lose that leg anyway. I'm out of here. Y'all stick. I went to a predominantly white university, so I got a lot of white friends in college. I made a lot of white friends in college, and they asked me crazy questions. They'd be like, Calvin, why are black people so loud? And I'm like, why you whispering? It's just me and you in the room. We could just talk about this. And my first thought was like, man, why is that? It felt racist, but I'm like, no, I said, no, black people be loud. And I figured out why black people are loud. The reason black people are loud is because all of our lives, we've been talking through 3-inch bulletproof glass to people that don't speak English at gas stations, corner stores, and restaurants in our neighborhood. It's a condition. You ever go to a gas station try to get gas using your regular speaker voice? Excuse me, can I get 10 on pump 6? This is the Indian dude behind the glass like, no, just saying, my friend. Please speak louder into the glass. You got to go in and you got to yell, let me get 10 on pump 6. You can't just turn it off. Like in my neighborhood, I'm from Chicago. We got bulletproof glass at Subway. That's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, who breaking the Subway with a gun and a Ziploc bag? Stealing meats and cheeses. Put it in the bag. The provolone, put it in the bag. Put some cookies in there too. Make it a meal. The Indian dude behind the glass like, I'm sorry, I can only put so much meat on the sandwich. He's like, man, if you don't put some more meat on that thin sandwich, I'm not the owner. I have to adhere to the guidelines of... Go on Subway, it's bulletproof glass. I got to yell my order. Go in, let me get a cold cut trio, 6-inch wheat toasted. Now you know how they make your sandwich at Subway. They put it on the counter, they slide it down, put the condiments on. Guy wasn't making my sandwich like that. He was holding my sandwich like a joint. Every time I asked for a condiment, I was like, can I get some pickles and lettuce? He was like, pickles and lettuce? I'm thinking in my head, you know what? This guy is a sandwich technician. Maybe got his own style of making sandwiches. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to buy the sandwich. Now, you know how they get down to the end of the line. They wrap it up, put it in the bag. He got down to the end of the line, and he licked my sandwich. He was like... He's like, you said you wanted toaster, right? I was like, yeah. He was like... I was like, man, put some cookies in the bag. I'm going to need some cookies after I smoke that sandwich. You guys have been great. I'm Calvin Evans. Thank you.
This next comedian is coming from Denver by way of Los Angeles. Please welcome Janae Burris.
All right, thanks for having me. What a fun night. Yeah, I was talking a lot of mess about white people, so I had a white baby. It's very surprising. My baby came out so white. He had a black mother. I was expecting him to look a little bit black, but Nah, not at all. Not at all. My baby came out surprisingly Caucasian. He's got a Jewish father and a black mother, so I was expecting like a little Lenny Kravitz type of baby, you know what I'm saying? Little, like dreadlocks, leather pants, bass guitar, you know, maybe vegan or something. Sexy baby. My baby came out looking like Lenny Kravitz's accountant. Like, dang. Felt like I got catfished. I was like, this baby looks nothing like the emoji I've been using. Significantly whiter. Sometimes we call him Billy Crystal behind his back. He's got messed up hairline. It's shocking, but I was talking a lot about white people, and the universe was like, yo, you talking all that trash about white people? Boom, here you go, raise your own. Let's see how you do. Let's see, it's not that easy, huh? It's changed my life raising a white child. You know, I've got questions now. Is 75% SPF enough? Is it enough? Tell me, I don't know. I have no idea. God, now I'm listening to these All Lives Matter people like, maybe they have a point. I don't know. I had to change my priorities. He's sweet, though. Lady stopped me in Whole Foods the other day. She was like, oh, good on you for nannying. Rude? That's rude. At my age, nannying? Wow. Well, in a situation like that, I like to go ahead and just, you know, whip out a boob and start nursing right there, right? And then they're like, oh, she's a very expensive nanny. Oh. An au pair. She's an au pair. I moved back to LA during the pandemic for a little bit. I was living with my grandmother in South Central. Moved back to the hood. Yo, I was like a reverse menace to society is what I like to call it, you know? Just imagine Boys in the Hood if Ricky never got shot. You know, he just moved back and like, you know, played some D-League ball, got a job at the bank, you know, real whatever. It was fun. I moved back in with my grandmother, lovely woman, very wholesome woman. She watches Family Feud. She watches The Waltons. She likes to watch Little House on the Prairie. So she's somewhere right now having a very wholesome fantasy about holding hands with Steve Harvey while they read the Bible together, you know? That's what she's into. I was living with grandmother. I got to help her take care of her dog. She's got a 12-year-old pit bull named Deuce. 12 years old. He made it to 12 years old with my grandmother. I couldn't believe it. I live in Colorado, okay? People love dogs in Colorado. So I felt like I was a Caesar Milan of, you know, the hood. You know, I was a dog whisperer. I was walking around South Central like, change his water, take him for a walk. Change his water, take him for a walk. You know, I knew what I was doing out there. My grandmother was like, the dog eats what I eat. You know, that's how he's this old. I was like, well, Grandma, you have diabetes. Well, maybe you shouldn't be feeding the dog. Let me feed the dog. Dog lives outside. Dog's not allowed in the house. He lives outside 100% of the time, all right? Oh, my goodness, Lord. Please, white people, don't cancel my grandmother. I'm sorry. My grandma's black. I'm sorry. You know black people, we treat dogs like dogs. I'm sorry. I told her don't do that. In Colorado, dogs is people too. They have rights. The dog eats at the table with the family, Grandma. This dog picks his own therapist, Grandma. She didn't know. She diagnosed the dog with arthritis. He's got arthritis, so I give him 2 Tylenol a day. I said, oh, Grandma, I didn't know you was actively trying to kill the dog. I've been hand feeding him boiled chicken and rice like my white friends taught me, Grandma. I said, Grandma, if these white people find out you feeding this dog Tylenol, they gonna take your kids away, okay? You can't be doing this. They're not gonna put up with it. She's like, don't they have vets that make house calls? Can't the vet come over here and check? You want the vet to come over here and find out this dog's living under your back porch, eating handfuls of Tylenol for dinner, Grandma? If the vet comes over here and sees that the vet's gonna put both of us in the Michael Vick Rehabilitation Center for black folks who don't kiss their dogs in the mouth, I'm not going down for this, Grandma. I have a white son I'm raising. I ain't going down for this. All right, I'm Janae Burris. Thanks for having me. Have fun.
Our next comedian comedian hails from Detroit, Michigan. Please welcome Darius Bennett.
Yeah, what up, dog? How we doing? We good? Cool? We drinking? Getting drunk? Cool. As long as you can handle yourself. I used to party a lot. Partied a lot. Like partying with white people because they get messed up and tell people how much they love them. I love you, bro. Give me your keys. You're not driving. When you're throwing up, you're staying tonight. You can't throw up at the black parties. As soon as you throw up, be like, hey, bro, where your keys? Okay, go home. You're too drunk. Like, I don't think I should drive. Like, I don't think so either, but I know you can't stay here. You got to go, fam. You too wasted. We not that friendly, man. We are not that friendly. Partying was fun, man, but like your drunk goggles be on sometimes. You be thinking people like you. Like I used to go to the club a lot. I'm dancing. One time I thought this lady was feeling me because when we were dancing, she took my hat off and put it on her head. And then she walked off, started dancing with somebody else. I said, yo, give me my hat back. What are you doing? And I looked at her later on. She had on somebody else's chain. I said, oh, this girl going shopping. She's just walking off collecting souvenirs. Thief. I was raised in the church. I was raised by a single black mother. And my mom, yeah, give it up to black mothers, especially single mothers, man. It's hard. I didn't appreciate nothing she did for me, but I once I got older, I really understood how much she sacrificed and really, did for me and looked out, man. I love my mom, but it was tough. I put her through the ringer, man. She did not like me that much, man. I wouldn't have liked me that much either. She was tough, man. My mom was tough and cheap. Give herself good stuff like Frosted Flakes, and then give me like Honey Gold Rounds, and Fruity Rice. Like, I can't get no Fruity Pebbles. What is this Fruity Rice stuff about? She would give me $6 to go roller skating. And it was $5 to get in. And then $1 to get your skates. So all I could do at skating was skate. That was it. I was plain Jane. I was the only one on the floor without a glow stick. Hungry, skating to the bathroom. I'm like, look at all them eating that pizza, man. I'm hungry than a mug. I started treating skating like a field trip. Just pack a lunch, man. They be like, who was that on the floor peeling that orange over there? What does he do? Could you imagine somebody just peeling the orange? That was me. I was just orange, just juice dripping down my joint, sticky. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm happy. I'm in a relationship. I'm married. Yeah. I got married during the pandemic. It was the end of the world. Why not? All the freaks. My father. Yeah, I got a girl. I got to teach her how to defend herself so I don't have to do it. Like, if I do it, I'm going to go to jail, baby. If you do it, it's self-defense. All right. I think they gave me the light, so I probably should get off the stage. Am I right? Okay. Thank you.
One more time for Darius Bennett. Please give a rousing applause to Mr. Alonzo Bodden.
Traffic is back. You know what I'm saying? You took hours to get. I left yesterday. I live in the Valley. I left early yesterday. I got here 15 minutes before the show. I don't know about you. I just get mad in traffic. There are certain cars I hate. If you drive a Tesla, we ain't friends. I'm so sick of Tesla drivers. Like, they act like they all like, you got a Tesla, that's just a Prius driver that made it. I ain't impressed with your little battery-operated car. Right? Remember pandemic traffic? I love pandemic traffic, right? There was nobody on the freeway. Like, I don't know about you, whatever freeway I was on, that was my speed limit. I did 101 on the 101. I did 110 on the 110. I got on the 405. I was like, I'm gonna try. I got pulled over too, man. Cop pulled me. You know how they just walk up on the car. You know how fast you were going? All I did was, he was like, get the hell out of here. Remember the pandemic? People forget, man. We got a short memory. People forget now, right? Everybody acts like it's always been normal. People using toilet paper like it's always been there. You know what I'm saying? I remember times was hard. We was lining up for single ply. Now people just spinning the roll with quilted. Just, yeah. Plenty more where that came from. Spin the roll. Oh, man. It was, man, we learned a lot. We learned a lot during COVID. Things you took for granted, things that used to bother you were good. I mean, sitting at the house bored. But I don't know about you, I was so bored when my phone rang and it said scam likely. I couldn't wait to answer that call. I was like, I got someone new to talk to. What kind of scam you got? What, you want to extend my car warranty? Well, yeah, let's talk for a while. Strange time, man, strange time. New excuses came out of COVID, right? They never should have told us that you could have COVID and no symptoms. Because that's the perfect excuse for not going to work. Right, my man, right? You just call the boss, you be like, hey, man, I tested positive. So you sound all right. Yeah, it's that no symptoms, but I'm not. You've had COVID 15 times. That vaccine ain't no good, man. I had the Johnson & Johnson. I don't know. It was strange. We were home too much during the pandemic. Everybody was home. People got angry, right? You know, people got on edge. Parents got edgy. They sent the kids home. Had to homeschool the kids, right? Suddenly, are you smarter than a fifth grader became a real question. Parents like, man, this fifth grader pretty smart. Huh? Everybody was mad during the pandemic, right? Black History Month, right? Which I like Black History Month because to me it's white guilt month. I just walk up to random white people and like, give me some money, you know why. People got mad during the pandemic, right? Black Lives Matter. What you mean by that? We picked the 3 simplest words we could find. I don't know which part of this confused you. Right? But people got mad because they didn't hear Black Lives Matter. What they heard was white lives don't matter. But that's not what we're saying. It has nothing to do with white lives. It had to do with black lives being taken by the police and looking for justice. It had nothing to do with white people. Like, if I say save the whales, I ain't saying screw the dolphins. Right? I'm just saying the cops seem to be killing a lot of whales, huh? I don't know. So what else? Valentine's Day coming up. That's everyone thinks Valentine's Day is for women. That's a man's holiday. Men created Valentine's Day. It was their last chance to get it right after they screwed up Christmas. Like, man, I got to get her something or it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. I don't do it, man. I'm not the relationship guy. I'm not. Usually I break up early. Usually right around October. I'm like, I don't think this is working out. I'll check back with you in April. Get through this holiday period. I'm not a relationship guy. Women don't learn that. Ladies, I'm gonna tell you something about men, right? Follow your instincts. If your instincts, like if you see a man and he's broken, you ain't gonna fix him. You know, women always think, oh, I can make him better. No, you can't. I know, because they try it with me. I've never been married. Like, never, I'm a walking red flag. Oh, I'll be different. Like, no, you won't. Better than you have tried. It's me. I'm a problem. that marriage is hard. Man, you know how hard it is to be married? This is how hard it is to be married. Tom Brady, okay, was married to a supermodel, arguably one of the most beautiful women on earth. And not just beautiful, the woman was worth $400 million. He's married to the ultimate combination of beauty and money. And they said, Tom, do you want to go home to your wife, or do you want to go on the football field and get pounded into the ground by 300-pound men? And Tom said, when's practice? I'll be right there. That's how hard it is to be married. So happy Valentine's Day, and I love you guys, and keep laughing. I'm Alonzo Bodden. Thank you guys.
One more time for Alonzo Bodden. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the roundtable discussion of the comics. Please welcome Darius Bennett. Please welcome Janae Burris. Calvin Evans. And the wonderful Alonzo Bodden. Awesome. So it's so great to be on stage and sharing this event with you all. I just want to I'm just curious, were any of you really funny as children? And, how did your family kind of like receive you as a funny kid? What you think, Calvin? Were you a class clown as a kid?
No, I wasn't a class clown. My parents are super funny, so I used to always just want to make them laugh.
Oh, okay.
And then just being in school, I cracked jokes, but I was never like, oh, I want to be the funniest person. But people was like, oh, you funny.
Was that like the same thing for you, Darius?
I was a class clown.
Oh, I can see that.
Oh, yeah, I was bad. I love the attention. I didn't really get it at home. My mom was very strict, like almost like a militant mother. So there was no joking around. So I held it in. And then once I got out in school and around other family, I let it all out. It's just all comedy. And
Yeah.
I didn't know when to turn it off.
I think a lot of us probably was in the principal's office a little too much. What about you?
No,
No?
not me.
Ooh!
No. I was super quiet. Would think of jokes in my head, but too nervous to say it. I was in the principal's office for being absent, for being late, for not turning in my work, but not for being funny, no.
Alonzo, you had to be the class clown.
No, I wasn't. My mom's the funniest person I ever known. I definitely got it from her. I was the guy who would be sitting in class, and I would say something funny to the person next to me, and they would bust out laughing and get in trouble. And I delivered the joke. But no, in school, I was really good in school. So I used to talk back and everything else, but I knew I had the grades to back it up. Mm-hmm. I would literally be like, what can you do? Wait, look at my numbers. There's nothing you can do. So I'll be over here, and
I was definitely a class clown. I love costumes. So, I went to private school all my life. So I just would love, like just pretending to be a nun and stuff.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Since you work as a teacher, are you hard on the class clown when you're teaching, or do you have to give them professional courtesy?
First of all, they ain't getting paid in my classroom to be cutting up. So, no, I understand them. I always build a relationship because I can notice them right away. I'm like, okay, I get it, But I also encourage it. So I'll say like, all right, at the end of the day, you can get up. Because that's what my teachers did for me. They were like, okay, Angel, if you be good, at the end of the day, we'll let you get up and clown around and whatever. So I do that for them. Yeah, because I know they need it, Yeah. But let me ask y'all this. Okay, so now we're adults, but within our family system, did you guys find it hard for your family to accept you as a comedian and take it seriously? Like, what was that experience like when you told your parents that you were going to be a full-time comedian?
The only reaction I got was from my brother's first wife, and she said, we're not lending him money.
That's why they didn't stay married after that?
That was it. That was the end.
Get out of here.
What about you?
I graduated college. It was like 5 years. So my 5th year, I had started doing comedy in college, and I told my father, I was like, I want to be a comedian. He was like, you just took you 5 years to graduate. That's a hobby. Like Like, you need to get a job. And I got a job, and I work with kids, and I told them to follow their dreams every day. And I was like, you know what? I'm not taking my own advice. So I quit and started doing comedy.
I know that's right. Yeah, that's amazing. What was it like for you when you said, I'm a comedian?
Oh, I never said it. I never said it. So, I don't want to set any expectations like that, but I do appreciate, like, my mom received it, like, she told her church, keep praying for me. I'm living my dream. My dream of being a starving artist. I was like, that's not my dream, but go ahead, keep praying for me then. So,
Darius, did you break it to your family?
Yeah, my mother always wanted me to work. She wanted me to be a doctor, and I could have, but I chose to make people laugh, and
you could have been like Patch Adams,
Yeah.
Combo.
Possibly. I just didn't. I don't know. I wasn't disciplined enough to stay in school long enough to be that. But it took her a while. But now she's a big fan.
Yeah.
But for a while, she was like, "All right, you going back to school? What you doing? How are you making money?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the question. My mom to this day still introduced me as a teacher. She is not accepted comedian.
Does she think you're funny? Does your mom
no,
think you're funny?
not at all.
Not at all.
I think,
She just go, when my mom hear me perform, she'll go, all right, okay. All right,
So
all
she's-
right.
So she's like another comedian watching you.
Yeah. Unsupported.
but I think,
We never laugh at each other, by the way. That's an inside joke. Comedians, we sit in the back. We're like, that's funny. That was all right.
But I think it's like people can't separate. Like, they know you as you for so long, and then when they see people laughing at you, they're like, "No, that's just Angel. What are y'all laughing at?"
Yeah.
Like, they can't separate like who you are and what you do.
Yeah, it's really hard to me to make my family laugh, and I get nervous when they're at the show because I'm like, you don't get it, and you're distracting me. You know what I mean? Support me. Just send me rent. You know what I mean? Just send me. But speaking of that, do you feel that what we do in our community is healing? Do you feel like comedy has a healing aspect to it for the Black community, and do we use comedy to discuss really, important issues? You think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it always has been, right? I was part of that Right to Offend, a documentary, which was a history of Black comedy, and it talked about that. And comedy's always given Black people a voice and an outlet for the pressure, that you deal with in life and stuff like that. And there's a quote that I love. I think it's Oscar Wilde. Don't hold me to who said it, but he said, "If you're going to tell people the truth, make them laugh, or they'll kill you." And that has been what it's been. Like, a lot of times, we're the ones who tell the truth, right, and point out what's going on in society, and they laugh about it, but they're like, "But yeah, there is. That's right. That was a racist thing, or that was unfair, or this or that." And it does make it makes it easier for them to hear it.
Yeah, I know for me growing up watching Def Jam and seeing a lot of comedians address like the Rodney King beatings, it pretty much helped me process the devastation of seeing that video, because from what I can remember, that was the first time I saw that kind of level of police brutality, coming up. I was in high school at that point, and it really helped me kind of just breathe a little bit easier. I don't know, how do you guys feel about the topics in the Black community, or how we address it as comedians?
I feel like it's something that we have as far as like comedy and hip hop, so we can touch on social issues that we got going on. If it's not that, nobody's really gonna listen. I don't know, but it's mainly our outlet, how we can address the issues and bring it to light.
Yeah.
And laughter is the best medicine. People say it a lot, and they sleep on it. You feel so much better after you laugh.
That's true. And you just mentioned hip hop. Hip hop and comedy is so celebrated together. Why do you guys think that there's such a commonality there?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like to the point of like speaking to like I believe that Black people in America have normalized trauma. So like when I growing up watching Def Jam, you would see people like, "Oh, I got roaches," or "My daddy left," and it's just like you can laugh at it because it's relatable, but it's also like we've accepted the trauma that we live in every single day, and even the music we listening to it connects because it's speaking to our experience. So I think that's why it's so closely related, because it's it allows us to tell our stories, and for people to, like you said, accept it. It's like the teaspoon of sugar. Like we get to accept the harsh realities, but we can bring levity to it. So that's why I think there's so much commonality between like comedy and music.
Yeah, they're both ways of telling the truth. But the other side of it is they can be complete escapes from that reality, right? There are certain comics and movies and funny things that it's the break from that reality you were talking about, where reality can be tough. And another thing that's happened over time, and I really am happy to see it, people are also starting to see, oh, there's more to the black community than the stereotype, right? And there's a whole generation. I mean, I'm older than you guys. I'm a vet, been in the business, and I'm watching a whole generation of comics who are showing the world that, no, not all black people came from the hood. Not all black people, you know, had single parent. Not all black people, blah, blah, blah. And it's a wider, it's a much wider community, and that community is starting to be shown, and I love that. So
yeah, absolutely.
it is a great way to communicate. And music has always been that, you know, music and hip hop. When hip hop came out, they just started telling the truth, and people are like, damn.
Right. It's just so funny too, because you guys experience at clubs when they always ask you what song you want to come out to. And it's like I
usually give them the Beatles. Just throw them off. And, no,
I'm like,
kidding.
Beyonce, hello. Like, what you mean?
Yeah, I think if I could rap, I would rap, but I can't. So try to write jokes, and then you're hearing a lot of hip hop artists now writing stuff that you're like, that's a joke right there. They just said that was, you know, it's rhymes and it sounds really good, but that's a joke. A lot of them are going up there with humor, and I think if they could, they would do what we're doing. But it's a little scary.
I definitely would rap if I could.
Yeah, I work with a lot of musicians, especially jazz musicians, and there's an old saying that every musician wants to be a comic, every comic wants to be a musician.
Yeah.
And I find that to be absolutely true. Like, I wish I had the talent they had, and they wish they could do what I do. So.
Yeah. Well, audience, you guys are very engaged. We would love to hear from you. Any questions in the back? Yes.
Out of the club, is there anything you do? Like, do you rehearse at home?
Okay, let me repeat that in the mic for television's sake for the people at home. So the question from the floor is, what is your process with writing jokes, and, you know, how do you practice it to perfect it? You want to jump in, Darius?
I say mine out loud. I'll go for a walk late at night when nobody's around, because if I do it during the daytime, they're like, that crazy dude over there talking to us. So I'll say it out loud and get my words together and get my timing. But when you say it on stage, you don't always say it exactly the same, you know, because the laughter could be different and different variables. But I just say mine out loud. Yeah, that's it.
How about you, Calvin?
I just try to think through like ideas. If it's like a idea, I got to think through it like from every angle. And then it's like, okay, that's funny to me. And then I just got to go on stage and say it. And I always preface before like a new joke is like, this is not a joke yet, but this is just an idea. And then I find that, like, okay, what are people connecting to, and like build around it.
Yeah. Well, I cheat a little bit, because what I do is I call my friends who really get my humor, and I tell them the story, and then I write down where they laughed. So, and then I just go to the club and redo it again, right? And then I'm like, okay. And if they don't laugh, I don't do it. It's not ready yet. So I kind of have like a little hierarchy, you know, when I work on material. What about you? Will you have a process?
I wish. No, I got a baby, so I'm very busy. And what I mostly say I'm on stage, like I'm thinking through them too. Like Darius, I'm thinking through the joke. I'm saying them to my partner who's heard them a few times. But mostly the joy of getting to perform is like you get to do it on stage, see how they reacted. Because I want to perform for the audience. I want to entertain them. So I see how they react. They don't love it, then I might go do some rewrites and then do it again. And, you know, I'm sure like Alonzo's on stage every week, so that's where you do a lot of the work, right? Like,
I still love writing, but I'm not disciplined about it. But I do write things down whenever an idea strikes me as funny. I write it down, and then I get on stage and start talking about it. But as far as practicing, like in the very beginning, I used to do that to memorize things. Now I think my mind is so trained to memorize. Like, I'll forget your name, A lot of comics, I forget their name, but I know a bit they do.
Right.
So you do the, you do the pancake bit. I know
Yeah.
you.
They always say that the audience will learn you by your material first and not your name. So that's always a good thing. Great question. Anybody else got some questions right here in the front?
Yeah. I think this generation, there's more people.
The question is, what would you say to a young artist in any creative field trying to come up? And I tell them, you got to love it. You have to love it because there's no money in it, and you grind and you do it in the worst circumstances. Like when you start out in comedy, you do it everywhere it's not supposed to be done. Bookstores, bowling alleys, coffee shops. And like by the time you make it to a comedy club, you're like, wow, this is easy.
I agree with you. Whatever you do, like love it. Like money is so far down the line.
Yeah, I feel like you should just tell your story. Especially being a comedian, my focus was just being funny. And then I got out here and everybody was funny and they're like, all right, but who are you? So you got to tell your story and be yourself because a lot of people are funny, but only you are you. So nobody can duplicate where you come from, what you do, who you are, how you were raised, all that jazz. People are interested in that more than just a little jokey joke. Anybody can do a jokey joke. But they're like, who are you? Let people into your life.
Yeah. I just waving at my sister over here. I have a lot of family here supporting. I would say don't invite them to your early shows. Wait till you get funny, so you don't have to dig yourself out of a hole. Because they're like, oh, is she getting any funnier? Should we come to this show? Don't blow all of their good graces on the early stuff. Get funnier, do the work, then start inviting people out to show them what you got.
I'll tell you a story about the money. So, right from year 1 to 2, I got this gig where I was opening for Tommy Davidson for a while. I was traveling around with Tommy, and I happened to see what he got paid, right? So he was getting paid $5,000 a show, and I was getting paid $100. And I had friends who were jealous of me making $100. They're like, man, you get paid $100? I'm like, yeah, I know, this is crazy, man. So the money it comes when it comes, but that's why I say you have to love it.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because my advice is always any artist, I don't care what kind of artist, keep multiple streams of income because I don't care what you do. Yes, whatever you do, it's going to dry up. You're going to, so if you're an actor, you're going to have times where the work isn't coming in. If you're a comedian, there's going to be times where the work isn't coming in. So if you have other talents,
What's your
use
side
them all.
hustle? What's your other talent?
What's my other talent? I'm a teacher. I'm a life coach.
You sell drugs? I'm joking. She gave me a
That
Zyrtec.
guy lit
gave
up
him
when
a
you said that.
Zyrtec.
He was like, really?
And
Really?
now I'm a drug dealer. You see how they do you? Give me.
She got a whole bag. I was like, what are you?
Hey, everybody
little
know when
everything
you
in that
over
bag.
40, you got all kind of medication in your purse. I'll be ready. Who are some of your favorite comedians? Let's swing on down here to Darius.
Right now, my favorite is myself.
That's not a joke. It's not a joke.
I think some of my favorites are the people that I've actually gotten to work with, and then I see their process. I live out in Colorado, so some cool people come through there. Alonzo's come through. He was really awesome to watch and a nice person. Maria Bamford, Beth Stelling, Josh Blue, Leslie Jones. I got to open for her years ago, and she was like blew the roof off the place, and I was like, oh damn, another level. I gotta get funnier. So yeah, it's nice to work with people and watch a professional and how they can really kill it.
Yeah. For me, it's Mom's Mabley. I can just listen to her for hours and hours and hours. And any comedian that was just killing before they were on television, where you had to listen to them on the radio, because the stories are so vivid and just so lively. They're all my favorites. So I'm more old school when it comes to stand-up. Who you got?
I'm from Chicago, so Bernie Mac was the person that I saw, and I was just like if anybody could say what he said but couldn't say it the way he said it and had the same effect. So it was first Bernie Mac and then Dave Chappelle because he knows how to have very uncomfortable conversations and make them funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, that's a great question. My list is a long list. I will put Dave at the top of it. I put Dave Chappelle at the top of it. I think coming up, I'm a topical guy. I love topical comedy, and I always thought that George Carlin was the greatest social commentator we ever had. But recently, I think Dave has passed him. So I love Dave. But then I learned from so many people. Robin Harris taught me how to be quick. George Wallace taught me to always be writing. George, to this day, carries that yellow pad at all times, always writing. And I got to work with Bernie once, which was cool. You know, yeah, see, that's how old I am. I get to work with people. They're like, wow, you knew him? Yeah.
The question is, are there any topics in comedy that should be off limits?
Nobody better talk about my mama but me. And that's it.
She said, that's it. You got any?
I say no. I feel like we need to. I feel like comedy starts a dialogue.
Yeah.
Like if we can all laugh at it together, for whether you agree with it or not, I think it brings people together. If we can all laugh at something, that's where the conversation starts at.
If you can make it funny, then do it, I think.
Yeah. And that's it. If you can make it funny. And that's the fun, that's the risk when you go into certain topics that make people completely uncomfortable. If you make it funny, that's the brilliance of being a comic and the risk. And if it's not funny, oh well.
Yeah, I think for me, I just don't want the responsibility of my words sometimes. So it's not so much as I think that it should be off limits. It's like I just choose not to fight battles that I don't feel like fighting. So I tend to censor myself a little bit differently just for the fact of my laziness. But,
I think we not,
But you be fighting in the parking lots. I've seen you.
Man, it is what it is. No, but I feel like when we say things, regardless of like our intention behind it, if it's funny or not, I feel like people they're gonna hear what they want to hear. Like you see people in comments where it's just like I got a video and like people in comments, I'm like that's not the point of what I was talking about. But people hear what they want to hear, so it's just like all we can do is like I said, start the conversation.
Yeah. So this discussion could go on and on, guys, and you were just so amazing, and I just want to thank you guys for being on this episode of The Comics. Let's give our roundtable a rousing applause. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this episode of The Comics. Let's hear it one more time for these amazing comedians.